Picture this. You're a hardworking person, you saved up responsibly, and now you want to treat yourself to something nice. You think to yourself, I want to fulfill my lifelong goal of owning a BMW. It's been a long road, but you finally made it. You excitedly open the BMW catalogue, only to realize there's a vast selection of cars to choose from. Oh no, so many models, so many trim levels. How on earth would you be able to decide which car is best? Well, I think I have a pretty good option for you. This is what I've chosen, the all-new BMW X1. What better way to get introduced to the BMW brand than with this? Wow.
Bro, nice X1 you've got there.
Of course.
But for a car that makes you feel really youthful and energized, bro, it's got to be the 2 Series Gran Coupe.
We have two very attractive options here.
Why did you choose the X1, bro?
That's a very good question. So to me, the X1 embodies an all-rounder 3-in-1 package. That's good looks, practicality, and cost savings. So where does the cost savings come from? Well, this is the first X1 model in Singapore that's offered with a Cat A COE. So you get all of that rear estate without breaking the bank. And come on, it looks great, doesn't it? Very macho.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
And do you know what's even more impressive?
What?
Hop in and find out. So as you can see, the BMW X1 has a very similar cabin to the 2 Series Active Tourer.
Yes, it does.
And I like the fact that it's very simple and clean. So even if you're a new driver, you won't be intimidated by all the different features and gizmos.
Which is a good thing.
Exactly. And even though this is the baby SAV of the BMW family, you still get tons of features in the car. So one example is that you do get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto on those 2 big screens in front of you.
Bro, that's cool, man.
Exactly. And because everything is wireless, you can just throw your phone into the wireless charger and just drive. No worries, man.
Yep. And it's pretty spacious as well.
Exactly. You got good headroom, leg room, so adults like you can actually fit in the back with ease.
Yep.
And if you have a young child, or you're carrying a young child by any chance, you have ISOFIX points for child seats. See? Multifunctional. So, do you need to carry a stroller, luggage, or both?
Yes, I guess so.
Exactly. You can do it in the X1. Check it out. You see? You get 540 liters of boot space for all your family needs.
Impressive.
So you want to put luggage, you want to put family stroller, extra bags. Yeah, you can do it all. And if you fold the seats down, you also get up to 1,600 liters of boot space.
Bro, that's even more impressive.
Exactly. So you can go to IKEA, Giant, or wherever and come back with a full lot of supplies.
Hey, bro, let me borrow that luggage.
Okay, but why do you need it for?
Let me show you.
Okay.
Bro, 430 liters, bro. Granted, it's not as big as your X1, but we need to remember what sort of a car this is. And look at the loading area. It's low to the ground, so it's easy to get the luggage in and out of the boot. Plus, the boot is wide. The aperture is wide, so you can load things much easier. So now let's go inside and I'll show you around.
Sure.
Bro, you may be wondering why I'm sitting in the back seat of the 2 Series Gran Coupe.
Yeah.
Now, as you know, I'm big size. I'm 1.82 meters tall, and yet even I have enough leg room and headroom in the back seat. So imagine bringing your friends around who are shorter, who are thinner. You know, it's going to be so much easier.
Exactly.
Now let's take a look at the front.
Okay.
The infotainment is iDrive 7 in that it has physical buttons and shortcuts, and it's very, very easy to use. You have built-in Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and even built-in navigation. You know, going anywhere that you want to is a cinch. And that is also replicated in your instrument cluster, bro, where you get maps. It's so easy. And the driving position itself is very nice. It's relatively low to the ground. The steering wheel is of a nice size. You can grip it very nicely, and you can literally twirl the car around corners quite easily. So, 2 Series Gran Coupe on the inside. It's practical, and it's very nice to drive as well. Now let's step outside. Let me show you the pièce de résistance.
Okay.
Bro, I told you about the pièce de résistance. Just look at it. It's a coupe. It's sleek. It's sharp. And yet it's got 4 doors. So that means style does not mean you have to sacrifice practicality. And this is a very good way to take up to 4 colleagues out of Shenton Way for that all-important power lunch meeting.
In style.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now get inside. I'll show you how the car drives.
Lead the way.
Where I'm sitting right now, you know, the driving position is nice and low, but of course I have to raise my seat up. But it gives me good feel through the steering wheel. It gives me good visibility out of the car. It's good.
Exactly.
It's good. I've got no complaints at all. And as a daily driver, it's an economical engine. It's got enough grunt, and it's mated to a good gearbox. What more could you ask for?
Exactly. This is a car that you can drive and you feel enthusiastic about.
Yes.
And your mum can drive to the shop.
Yep.
And she
Your
won't
sister
complain.
can drive when she's going out with her girlfriends.
So it's like everyone can have a go in it, and no one's intimidated by it. That's the best part.
Exactly. And the best part is because it's a coupe with 4 doors, you look good in it, and it's still practical enough for people to sit behind.
Exactly.
We've been driving now for about 5 minutes. From the passenger seat, how do you find ride comfort?
Yeah, honestly, it's great because the car cushions out bumps very well on the roads, and even when you push the car in the corners, it's still very stable. I'm really comfortable in the passenger seat.
And from the driver's side, you know, I have no complaints as to how the suspension is set up. It's nice, comfortable, pliant, and it's been soaking up the bumps very well.
Exactly.
So, no complaints here.
You know, one thing I noticed also, right?
What's that?
Is that actually the seat bolsters, they're actually quite comfortable, you know?
They are.
A lot of cars, they do restrict you. You feel very constricted, especially in the corners.
Not
but
me.
this is pretty comfortable. Yeah.
You know, I'm on the largest side. Well, everyone can plainly see. And yet, I'm still very comfortable in these seats.
Exactly.
I've got no complaints at all.
And one more crucial thing is that we both have electric seat controls.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
And I have memory on my side.
Yep. So you have added convenience, you know. And this, I believe, is a standard option.
That's right. So sister can have her settings and you can have your settings.
Exactly.
Everyone wins.
One more thing to add about the infotainment actually that I do like is because your driver instrument cluster in front of you is also customizable. So if you want a bigger screen, yeah, I mean, you can just toggle it and you get the whole map view in front of you.
Yeah, and if you still want your gauges, the map view is still there for you. You know, there's something else I really appreciate about this infotainment. If you don't want to get it full of your fingerprints, you know, I've got a little bit of sweaty palm, and I don't want to get it full of fingerprints, you can use the iDrive controller down here, the knob.
Ah, yes.
It's perfect for me.
Exactly. And you have everything you need at your fingertips. So auto start, stop, off. You have all your drive modes.
And the shortcut buttons.
Exactly, to all your systems like navigation, media, radio, everything.
It's so simple.
This setup is not too harsh.
Yep.
And it still rides out the undulations really well, see? As you can see, when you go through a corner at speed, it's not too bad also.
Exactly.
Like, it holds itself quite well.
It's nice.
Yeah.
I like how it drives. It drives like a BMW should drive.
So now that we are in the X1, the biggest question you might be wondering is how did BMW get this to fit under the COA Cat A model? So the answer, right, is that now there's a new 1.5 litre 3-cylinder engine and it delivers 122 horsepower and 230 Newton meters of torque.
Remember, that's the same engine in my BMW 216i Gran Coupe.
Exactly.
But producing 109 horsepower and 190 Newton meters of torque.
Yeah, so the very scientific and engineer people of BMW have actually tweaked the engine such that it can deliver peak torque in this from as low as 1,500 RPM.
That's actually very impressive because while you've been driving, something that I've noticed is that the X1 and the 2 Series Gran Coupe feel very similarly peppy on the road.
Exactly.
Which that's impressive.
Yeah, so when you're accelerating off the line,
Yep.
which you will do a lot in Singapore,
Yes, you would.
you have enough torque to get you going.
Yep.
And I mean, on the roads, right? Honestly, in Singapore, the thing that you value the most is ride comfort. I mean, you can feel for yourself, right?
Yes, it's so comfy.
Yeah. Then how are the seats also? Because all BMW SAVs have sport seats, you know.
That's right. These seats are very sporty, but it's easy to get in and out of. They're very supportive. They're not pinching me because, I'm wider, like I've mentioned before, but they hold me in very well.
Exactly. So, honestly, it's an all-rounder.
That's right.
And that is why I really like the BMW X1 as an ideal city commuter, because its ease of use and its can-do spirit are honestly all you need in a very nice commuter city car. And the X1 delivers the experience to a T.
That's right. Hey, honestly speaking, if I were to have this X1, I wouldn't complain.
Exactly. Come on, man. The color is nice.
It is.
So, if you're looking to dip your toes into the premium segment for the first time, you can look forward to BMW models like the X1 and the 2 Series Gran Coupe. Both offer loads of practicality, a suite of tech gizmos, and versatility for your everyday needs.
Not to mention the value that these two represent in their respective market segments. And if you've always wanted the blue and white roundel in your motoring life, what better way to get started than these two? Finally, it's a wrap. Hey, do you mind if I drive the X1 back? This is
course.
more my age group.
Yep, agree. And I'll meet you back in office in the 2 Series.